Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom umevorach. Shabbat Shalom wherever you are. Shabbat Shalom. Let's try it. Here we go. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom umvorach. Shabbat Shalom wherever you are. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom umevorach. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Welcome, everyone. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
It's really good to see everybody scattered through my computer screen here. Amazing. And having you all in our living room, which otherwise would never accommodate this number of people. So, we just have to think outside of these little boxes and remember what we're doing here. And, I've been heartened by all of this Zooming, because I've realized that we're getting closer and closer to being in two places at one time, which has been a lifelong aspiration. And I think might be happening. So we just wanted to welcome everybody and are grateful to see people from really all around the country, and many, many different relationships with all of us. It's lovely to be able to be together in family, even though we're scattered throughout the nation in body, as we come together to welcome in this Shabbat, this beautiful time of being open-minded and trying to see the world through each other's eyes. So let's start by illuminating our proceedings. And also, if you haven't already told us where you are from, and if you've got a preferred pronoun, to pop that in our chat. If you look to the bottom of your screen, you should see a little, like a cartoon bubble. What do you call that? Thought bubble, that says chat. And if you click on that, then you can comment on the side. And we use that at different points in our service. So we invite you to put that, put your name and where you're from. Wow, Las Vegas. Welcome, Jackie. Yeah, beautiful. Great to see. I saw somebody from Chicago and all around.
Alice
Awesome.
is in Provincetown.
Provincetown. Yeah, wonderful. So let's bring a little light in. Just take 1 second before I physically light. If you are physically lighting, you may want to bring your candles to where you are. And just take a moment of what is it that's illuminating your life right now? Where are you finding those places where your vision is expanded just a little bit? And as we light these candles, to imagine amplifying that illumination a little bit. invite you to rise in body or in spirit. And just bring that light in. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu להדליק נר של Shabbat. Let there be light and clarity and vision and open-heartedness on this Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Before we launch into our service, we invite you to offer your participation tonight as a dedication to someone, to dedicate your prayer, to dedicate your learning, to dedicate your presence to someone. Maybe it's someone's memory or for someone's healing. We're thinking a lot of Fred Warner's parents as they are making their way back from COVID-19. And holding them in our hearts for continued healing as we daven tonight. It might be a beloved teacher, a friend, or somebody who's struggling, or somebody who you're celebrating. It might be a graduate. We're also thinking of our son, Michael, who is graduating tomorrow morning on Zoom, which we're super excited about. And we also dedicate our service tonight to the Chechnya Ohlone people whose land we are sitting on. And you might want to think about where you're at, the first peoples of your area, and that they tended this land and they lived here and got to know that land intimately, and we should learn from their example and try to uphold what they brought to the land in the way that we are on our land. We are unmute.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. I want to ask a favor, if you want, and if you can, and if you feel like it, to turn, even just for a second, to turn your video on. And if you're feeling completely like you want to be private and by yourself today, that's totally fine, and do whatever feels right for you. But just so we can see you just for a minute, if you want to take a moment to wave to everybody. There's so many people here, and just say hello. There's about 100 people. See if you just for a minute, if you want to leave your video on, that's wonderful. If you don't, that's also wonderful. But just to say hey. And I just want to say that I'm dedicating my singing today to Shirley Kimmel, and I see a lot of her family members here today. So welcome to our service. I know you're in different parts of the U.S., so nice to have you with us. And we're singing for the angels. We're inviting the angel of Shabbat to join us, to be with us, and we're calling home. And I think I mentioned that last time, if the word home, when you just hear it, you're like, the first thing you think about is get me out of here, because we've been home for so long. We're talking about home, and also about a spiritual home, or a refuge, or a place to be together. So we're calling all of us, wherever you are, to come together, to open your heart, your mind, your spirit, and create a home for this wonderful Chochmat HaLev community and who is ever joining us today. So I think you know some of the parts. This is this part. Oh, we're calling you home, wherever you are. We're calling you home. We're calling you home. Oh, we're calling you home. We're calling you home, and you and you and you and you and you and you. We're calling you home. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem. Malachi Shalom, Malachi Shalom. Malachi בואכם לשלום, בואכם לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון, מלאכי עליון. We're calling you home. Let's sing that part together. Here we go. Oh, we're calling you home. We're calling you home. We are calling you home. One more time. Oh, we're calling you home. We're calling you home. We are calling you home. ברכוני לשלום, ברכוני לשלום. מלאכי השלום, מלאכי השלום. מלאכי עליון. צאתכם לשלום, צאתכם לשלום. מלאכי השלום. מלאכי עליון. Calling you home. Oh, we're calling you home. We're calling you home. We're calling you home. If you're dancing, if you're meditating, if you're cooking, wherever you are. Oh, we're calling you home. We are calling you home. We are calling you home. I think you all know this part. Here we go. Ay, 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 oh, we're calling you home. We are calling you home. We are calling you home. If you want and if it feels right, see if you can put your hands on your hearts. Chochmat HaLev, the wisdom of the heart. We're calling you home. To your own wisdom of the heart, to the collective wisdom of the heart of our gathering. Oh, we're calling you home. We are calling you home. We are calling you home. Oh, we're calling you home. We are calling you home.
Welcome home. So one of the trajectories of any kind of a gathering or worship service like this is paying attention to the energy, the light that is generated. And we're going to sing Or Zarua Latzadik, that light is seated for the righteousness, the righteous, and the idea of both pursuing that light and being one who shows light and spreads light in the world. Wherever you find yourself in that configuration, do you feel like you're following light? Do you feel like you're seeding light, bringing more light into the world? Maybe you need some light right now. However you're relating to that idea, we'll be singing Or Zarua. Or Zarua Latzadik Or Yishrei Ulishrei Lev Simcha Zarua Latzadik Or Yishrei Lev Simcha Hay 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 hay
Okay, that was a good start. I think we were warming up. Okay, good. Inviting you for the Lecha Dodi to, I was challenged by my good friend Neil Goldberg today to take a dance class in front of your computer, which I've never did, and I'm not sure I'm ever gonna do. But when I see you guys dancing, when I see everybody dancing, I remember the gift of dancing, of chanting, of going a little crazy, just to renew the energy and to start over. Yeah? So inviting you for Lechadodi to renew your week and get ready for Shabbat, and if it's just those shoulders moving or something at all, I know that Susan Felix is here somewhere and Binia is here somewhere, so if you need some inspiration, please do that. And just welcoming, taking just a moment to welcome the unknown, welcome something new, taking just a moment to take a breath. Here we go. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבל. This is a call and response, so sing with me. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. This is the best part, here we go. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 yalla binya. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. 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 לך דודי לקראת כלה, יבדה יבדה יבדה, שבת נקבלה. ay da 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 ay da 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 ay da 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 ay da 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 ay da 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 da. You know this part. Here we go. לך דודי לקראת כלה, יבדה יבדה יבדה, לפני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, יבדה יבדה יבדה, לפני שבת נקבלה. ay da 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 ay da 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 ay da 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 ay da 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 da. לך דודי לקראת כלה, יבדי יבדי יבדי, פני שבת נקבלה. Inviting you to welcome the Shabbat with some fresh air. Open the window, open the door, open something, let some, wherever you are, all over the world, see if you can invite the breeze in. And if you are dancing or shaking or moving or being a little silly because it's fun, see if you can just allow that, even if it's just an inch of this ecstatic energy, to live in you, to welcome it. After you open the door or the window, see if you can come back to us for more welcoming. בואי בשלום, עטרת בעלה, גם ברינה ובצלה, תוך אמונה segula, boi kala, 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 boi kala. Boi kala, boi kala.
So beautiful, Lior. Thank you so much. I'm so honored um, to have our teacher tonight be my dear friend, colleague, co-conspirator in bringing about a spiritual revolution in the world, and my Rebbe, the Reverend Penny Nixon. Penny and I go way, way back. Penny was around Chochmat in its early days as one of our first interfaith presenters and interfaith friends. She is the senior minister at the Congregational Church of San Mateo, where I have been their rabbi buddy, and we've preached together, we've challenged the world together, and I'm super honored to have her offer some words to us tonight. So welcome with all of our hearts, Penny Nixon.
Thank you so much. And Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. It's just wonderful. Jose, thank you for this invitation. And Rabbi Jose was able to be with us in our online service a week ago. And so we're kind of Zoom swapping, I guess you'd call it. And I'm so delighted to be here. And, I've just been saying to friends that I've been giving, a lot of output lately and no input, right? Because it's hard to get input, and it's been so great just to be with you. I just feel lifted up, and I could cry right now, but I'm not going to because I have to talk. So but I loved it, and boy, do I wish I could get my folks to dance like you all dance. I'm just going to say that right now. So thank you, because that brought me a lot of joy. I love Joe so much. He's my rabbi. He's my spiritual playmate, and like you said, we've done a lot of wonderful things together, and so it's just great. And Julie, so wonderful to see you and hear you as always, and both you and Leora lift me up so much. So thank you for that. So I just wanted to talk a few minutes today about kind of, how do we get through this time? Whenever I talk to people, we've been sheltering in place for over 2 months now, right? And whenever I talk to people recently, the last 2 weeks especially, when I say, how are you doing? The main response I get is, I'm over it. I'm over it. And I don't know about you, but I've certainly felt that way on different days recently. I'm just over this. I'm over this, what we're doing. I love my family, but 24/7. And I got a teenager at home all the time. And so it's just, and then the weight of the world, right? The weight of the world just feels like it's almost like this constant thing, as you just think of so many people who are suffering in this time. So I, often when I have these kind of big emotions, I turn to the Psalms, because the Psalms are full of big emotions. And this Psalm 84 is a psalm that has been special to me for many years. How lovely is your dwelling place, O God. And I love this psalm because it talks about longing for the courts of God. And I know that you and my folks, we long to be back in our spiritual homes with each other, to have that touchstone. And it's so great that we have technology, but it isn't the same as being together in that physical presence. I miss hugging people. miss touching people. I miss eye contact. So we long for those courts, but this, I want to give you today just a couple thoughts about this psalm. It says, happy are those whose strength is in you, in whose heart are the highways to Zion. As they go through the valley of Baca, they make it a place of spring. They go from strength to strength, and God will be with them. When I think about what it means to persevere in the valley of Baca, the valley of weeping, the valley of tears, the psalmist invites us to make those tears, to turn this poetic phrase, to turn the tears into what becomes springs in our life. It's like the Buddhists say, every one of us has 10,000 sorrows and 10,000 joys. And when we weep in sorrow, it also expands our capacity for joy. And I think that joy is one thing that helps us get through this time, those moments of joy, just a joy that I felt just a moment ago watching people dance to that beautiful music. But it also says that we go from strength to strength. When you think about perseverance, it's not a continual thing where we're just strong every day. I'm not, are you? Like every day, I'm up and down. I'm all over the map, right? And so it's strength to strength. And when I think about that, I think about like when I'm hiking and I come across a brook and I try to cross it, I look for stones to put my feet on, right? And I search for one stone and then I stretch and find another stone. And that's for me, strength to strength. And sometimes I fall in, but then I get up and find another stone to get across. That strength to strength. And so when we think about persevering, it's not just grit. It's not determination. Those things are important. But spiritually, it's about letting joy be our strength. And spiritually, it's about going from strength to strength, knowing that we're going to have down days and that somebody else will carry us along. In fact, perseverance, resilience is not a solo act. We can only do it together, even if we're doing it like this together. That connection, even that virtual connection, is our lifeline to one another, especially during these times. Perseverance is not a solo act. Rabbi David Wolf tells a story that I think I've been carrying with me. He says that a boy and his father were walking along a road when they came across a large stone. And the boy said to his father, do you think if I use all my strength, I can move this rock? His father said, sure, you can do it. If you use all of your strength, you can absolutely move the rock. So the boy pushes on the rock and pushes on the rock. He exerts, he sweats, he struggles, and finally he can't do it. And he looks at his dad and he says, you are wrong. I can't do it. And his father comes and puts his arm around him and says, no, son, you didn't use all your strength. You didn't ask me for help. I so often struggle and exert and sweat when I could have just simply asked for help. And that's part of perseverance. You know, I can't do it today. Can you come along beside me? I remember in 1996, I did the AIDS ride, and we rode from San Francisco to LA. It was so exhilarating, and that was in the height of the AIDS crisis in San Francisco. And, you know, I rode for so many of my beloveds who had already lost and so many who currently were suffering from HIV. And this is before protease inhibitors were out. So we're on the AIDS ride, and it was so emotional. And I remember the third day, you know, I was looking forward to it. The first day was 100 miles, the second day 96, and the third day was only 77 miles. So I was feeling really good about the third day. And that day, though, was the hardest day of all because it was over 100 degrees. And by the time that we were just almost to our destination, with the heat coming up off the pavement, it was over 110 degrees. And there was no way we could stay hydrated. And I was on this back road, and it felt like a giant hair blower was blowing in my face. The Santa Ana winds were coming up, and I thought, how can I do this? And I would just do one pedal at a time, and I didn't think I could make it. And on this back road, all of a sudden, I turned a corner, and there, in this kind of farm, there this old couple was sitting in their rickety lawn chairs. This is 1996, remember? I'm going by and they say, hey, you want to be hosed down? I said, what? Do you want to be hosed down? They were sitting on the road in their lawn chairs, hosing off the riders as we rode by to cool us down. I will never, that was 24 years ago. I'm still talking about it because I will never forget that moment when I didn't think I could go from one more strength to one more strength. I got hosed down by some people who I don't know their names. I'll never see them again, but they saved me that day. They really did. And so, friends, there's a lot about perseverance. There's a lot more I could go on, and this is just a brief drush, and don't get me wound up because then, we'll go over time. So I'll wind up now. But perseverance is not a solo act. It's something that we do together, and that's the way we can go from strength to strength. And we do that in so many ways. You all do it as a beloved community, a community of heart, a community of wisdom. We do it in interfaith ways when we come together and share the deep values of our faith that sustain us. And, sometimes we just got to swing with it all, because faith for me and spirituality is taking reality head on and knowing that I'm not alone in it. You're with me, I'm with you, we're with one another, and that divine presence is always with us as well. So Shabbat Shalom. Thank you. Persevere, and if you need a hosing down, just let somebody know. Amen.
Thank you, beautiful. Thank you, Penny. I can see why you and Jose are so close. Now I understand. Taking those beautiful words of Penny, of the how we can reach for help, and how we are all there for each other. And I'm going to sing a song that is kind of a preparation for the Shema. And the Shema, what I learned in the Jewish world, is maybe one of the most important prayers. And it's very simple. It just says, listen. So taking you in a journey into Shema, if you're feeling comfortable with just closing your eyes for a minute. Feeling your feet on the ground. I'm noticing all the different stones and rocks that in my life that I need some help with through Penny's words. And when I deeply listen and invite help and support, so why is this prayer so important? Why is Shema so essential in our culture? We can think about it if first we listen to our thoughts, first we listen to our fears and not knowing, then we listen to our body sensations. And maybe it's so important because underneath all that, there's just a place of being, just a place of no right and wrong and no good and bad. Maybe underneath all this chaos and beauty, there's just a place of being. And this is what the Shema for me is, just an invitation to keep listening deeply. So inviting you in your own way, wherever you're from, wherever your tradition is, whatever you believe in, to just open a friendly, kind channel of listening to your own wonderful self. We have those great resources of the breath and our heartbeat to listen. So this is an invitation just to be. Listen to the music like you are the violin. The cello strings are telling your life story. Listen to the music like you are the space between the violinist's fingers and the fiber of the string. Dive into this quartet like it is your home, and let the walls of this melody collapse in you, and wander, and wander, wander without fear in this space. Bringing our attention even deeper into the Shema. Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad. Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad. Let's do it once, all together, one more time. Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Adonai Echad, Echad. Havaya Achat, Adonai Echad, Echad. After we open the gates of oneness, we're opening the gates of love. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך, בכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. Love life, love God with all your heart, with all your being, and with all your soul. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. Love upon love, love upon love, love upon love upon love. Tell your neighbor, tell somebody. Love upon love upon love. Somebody in the square next to you. Love upon love upon love. We sing together. Love upon love upon love upon love. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך let's sing it all together. Love upon love upon love. That's all we got. Love upon love upon love. Love upon love upon love. Love upon love upon love upon love upon love upon love upon love. 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 One last time. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. Thank you so much, Penny, for opening our hearts. I want to invite my good friend and inspirational dancer, Binia.
Shalom, everyone. I have a poem for you. Look at me. Not at my image, not at my pixels, not at the screen, but at me. Pay attention. Not to the rectangle sliding in from the top right, or the colorful flittering dances, each boxed in their little universes at the top. They're all so beautiful, but look at me. Hold my gaze like you would once hold your mother's hand. Just look at me. Because each one of my eyelashes is a miracle. Did you know that? My skin has a landscape to it. Valleys and pores, hills and cheekbones. My voice is an echo of my soul. And the world you see behind me, the greens, the hues, the invisible wind, it's a peak up the skirt of an infinite expanse. So look at me. Not for my sake, but for yours. This is a wilderness we're in, an electronic outback, the world wild web. And every blessing of every wilderness is matched with a curse. You can hear me, but you can't touch me. You can see, but you can't savor. You can behold, but you can't be held. Me and you, in another time, would have been cut off in our lockbox homes. Now, we can see each other at any time, but the curse is that we can also see everything else all the time too. And we are put on this earth to listen, to breathe, and to bless. But you can't really bless everything all at once. You can't listen to every sound and really hear it. You can't set aside the whole world from itself with everything inside. This box, this metal, and this wire is a blessing and a curse, like every wilderness. It can give you everything, a little taste of everything. But if you try and take all that everything all at once, I promise you, you will end up with more nothing than you could ever imagine. So look at me. And every time you look at someone else, look at them too. Count their eyelashes like miracles. Listen to their echadness like you were just commanded with the first Shema, slung down from the mountaintop. Use this gift as a gift, and you will be gifted. We can build a tabernacle in this desert, I know, but only if you look at me. Hold my gaze like you would once hold your mother's hand, and I'll hold yours back, and we'll carry this all the way through with us to the promised beyond.
Oh, you.
Supposed to sing now?
I know. What are we supposed to do? Gosh. Thank you so much, Binya.
Thank you.
Thank you for gracing us with your words and your wisdom and your kindness and your funny, smart, amazing self. I love that, looking up the skirt of existence. Ah! Incredible. All right, Julie's going to sing. I got to go blow my nose.
Oh my goodness. You know, those words are words that can weave a holding. They can weave a fabric that holds us. And we sing Ufros Aleinu Sukat Shalomecha. We ask God to spread this canopy that's made up of wholeness and peace and completion, to cover us with that as protection. And today, as we sing Ufros Aleinu, let's think about holding each other's gaze. Let's think about weaving that web of connection, one person at a time, one gaze at a time. Ufros Aleinu Sukat Shalomecha. Ufros Aleinu Sukat Shalomecha. Ufros Aleinu Sukat Shalomecha. Ufros Aleinu Sukat Shalomecha. Ufros Aleinu Sukat May we all feel that protection. May we all feel that deep love, connection, protection, wholeness. Let us say Amen.
Amen.
Everything that we've been able to connect to and generate in this service, we're going to offer up for the healing of those who are in need, healing of the mind and the body and the spirit. We're thinking with great love about our friend Michael McCormick, who is recovering from surgery. Please feel free, as we're singing this healing blessing, to add the name in the chat of anybody that you're offering this healing for. And it could be you. It could be that you're between stones right now. It could be that you've taken a tumble and you're in a dip, and in a moment when you need to reach out and ask for help and draw on the strength and the love of this community. It may be that you're thinking of somebody close to you, somebody who needs a physical healing, emotional healing, spiritual healing. So let's hold everything and all of our loved ones as we sing Eilna Refanala. Please, God, heal this one. We pray refuah shlema, full and complete healing.
May they and we all soon know a time of complete healing. Healing of the body, healing of the mind, the spirit, and the heart. And let us all say,
Amen.
I was looking for a picture on my phone today. I don't know why these machines do what they do. Maybe they get divinely inspired every once in a while too, and for reasons I can't understand, it opened up to the very earliest picture in my entire collection, which is like 9,857,450 pictures at this point. And this was to April 28th, 2012. And there was this long, big batch of pictures, and they were like boring. I don't know what they were of, or why they were there, or where they had come from. And I was like flipping through and deleting them. And then I got to one that was like, oh, wait, that's familiar. And then a few more. And slowly I remembered that when our son Gabe turned 14, his cousins took him for a 3-day road trip for his birthday. And this would have been right after his birthday. So then I stopped deleting them and I started looking, and there were like tons of pictures of the median strip on the highway and just like random like scenes, like blurry, like just shooting down the highway and just taking a picture of whatever was there. Hundreds and hundreds of these nondescript pictures. And at first I was like, what was he thinking? And I don't know how they got on my computer, but they were clearly all the pictures that he took of his weekend with his cousins. And all of a sudden I realized that I had just stumbled on a treasure of the past, of his own photo documentation of his first weekend away with, not at a camp or with his young cousins, like out in the world, road trip, his first road trip, right? And I got to see the world fresh, exciting. Every single thing was exciting to this kid. The median strip, so exciting, right? Every single, off-ramp sign, he took a picture of the entire thing, the whole thing. And it was this little diary of what it means to be out in the world and excited and free. And it's gone now. If I hadn't stumbled on those pictures, I would have forgotten he ever went on that trip. I don't know if he even knows that those pictures are there. I wonder what his response would be to see them, right? Every day we're dying. Every day we're leaving something behind. Every day we're shedding layers. Every day we're gaining wisdom and shedding time. And when our time is done, may it be that somebody stumbles upon a day, a weekend, a moment that we captured in them, that they were our camera, that they didn't even know they had, but they showed up at our memorial and they remembered a story that they hadn't thought about in years, and they are our camera, they are our memory. They are going to leave a little story of that weekend, that interaction, that time that we were their stone or they were our stone. And the Mourner's Kaddish comes to invite us more deeply than anything else in our liturgy to celebrate the life that you have been lent on behalf of every person that you've ever encountered who is no longer here, to eat the food, to stare at the eyelash, to jump in the river, to do whatever it is that we are going to do with our time here. So take a moment to think about if you are remembering somebody, if you are at a node in the year where you're remembering someone who was important to you or who left some piece of themselves with you. And we will offer these words up, and you are welcome to put into the chat anyone that you're offering Kaddish for this Shabbos. So we invite you, if it's your practice to recite the Kaddish while standing, we invite you to stand either in body or in spirit. I'm thinking of my mom, whose birthday just passed this last weekend. Missing her. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Be'alma divra chirute v'yamlich malchute. B'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael. Ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevorach leolam ul almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach. V'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yitale v'yitalal shmei dekudasha brichu la'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tush b'chata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imru.
Amen.
Yehi shlama Rabbah min shamaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oh, say shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru omen.
Amen.
May the one who has created wholeness all around us be patient with us while we try to find that wholeness in ourselves, in each other, in our families, in our communities, and in the whole world. And let us say, Amen.
Amen.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, everyone, for joining us and being a part of this gorgeous gathering. Thank you. We have a couple of announcements to share. The first, which is to wish Steve Friedkin a happy birthday. Woo! Happy birthday, Steve, and thank you so, so much for all of the support that you provide us through your Zoom wizardry. Thank you.
Sure, yeah.
Thank you, Leor, for just everything you do every day, your kindness, your generosity, your creativity, your soul. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Penny, for sharing a deep and beautiful teaching that we'll carry with us. Thank you. And Binya, thank you. Just wonderful. It's just magical. Thank you. So we are super, super excited. Sunday morning, if you haven't already gotten your ticket, the wonderful Dr. Aviva Zornberg is going to be teaching us. She comes every spring, and usually her lecture in our sanctuary is a huge event. This year, she's going to be teaching us from her home in Jerusalem. It's 10 in the morning on Sunday. The link is right in the chat if you want to click on it and then sign up, get your ticket. It's going to be amazing. We have over 150 people around the world who've signed up to learn with Dr. Zornberg. So come on and join us. It's going to be amazing. The other really special event that's coming up is an event we're calling the Art of the Covenant. Get it? The Art of the Covenant. Okay. It's a Shavuot celebration, Thursday night, the 28th from 5 to 7. Many amazing teachers from our community are going to be teaching, and it's going to be fabulous. So mark your calendars. There's a connection, a link in the chat if you also want to learn more about that. All of these things you can find on our website. And then one other piece of terrific news to share, which is, as many of you know, we're in the middle of our Omer fundraising campaign. And the happy news to share is that an anonymous donor has offered us a matching grant of $20,000. So if we can raise $20,000 in our community, this donor will be making that contribution. So we really hope that everybody who can and is able to contribute, please do. If you're not a member of our community and you're finding value in coming to these services, please consider making a donation as well. We love seeing your faces. We are working really, really hard to think about all the ways that we can continue to connect and make community and bring people together. And of course, that takes resources. So thank you to everybody who's been so generous and who's supporting us in making this big shift. I think that's all.
Shavuot, the Tikkun Leil. So there'll also be a Tikkun Leil being offered by the JCC of the East Bay, as usual, except virtual. So for those of you who've participated in it in the past, you know that it is a y'all come kind of situation. It's the one night of year that we bring all of the Bay Area Jewish communities together to learn and to bring teachers from every aspect of the Jewish community in the Bay Area. So from Hasidic to I don't know what it is exactly, and everything in between. And in order to allow that to happen and accommodate and honor everyone's halachic, everyone's observational level, the JCC is going to be doing it not on the Chag, not on the holiday itself, because you can't use technology if you are observant in certain ways. So it's going to be on the 31st, and it'll be all day long. I will be teaching at 5 o'clock. I think Rabbi Lynn is teaching at 6 o'clock, but there'll be a wealth of teachers from all over. Now it's expanded so that there'll be teachers coming in from San Francisco and all over the place. So we just wanted to make sure that you know about that and find some time to come and learn, both at Chochmat HaLev on the 28th and with the wider Jewish community on the 31st.
And we hope to see you all on Sunday morning. Thanks so much, and Shabbat Shalom. Lior's going to sing us out.
And thank you so much for our spiritual director, Joseph and Julie, for holding this beautiful space. also want to special thank again Shirley, Kimmel, and Dorothy who are here. And looking at you, Shirley, I haven't seen Shirley in a long time. We used to meet twice a week, and now I'm seeing her on Zoom, and I'm extremely happy to see you, if you can hear me. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבן. And on Susan Felix. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל. Here we go. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל. לי לי לה 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 עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל ג'פרי ועל כל יושבי תבל. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל. You who make peace on Israel, on Ishmael, on the whole wide world, have a peaceful Shabbat Shalom. כל יושבי תבל, שבת שלום.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Good Shabbos.
Good Shabbos.
So good to see you. Good Shabbos. Ma, blessings, everybody.
Thanks so much. Happy birthday.
That's it. Hey.
Hi, Mom and Papa.
Hey, Marcy. Hey, Nadine. Hey, Nat. Hey, Urs. Hey, Sandy.
Ezra
Hey,
Noah.
Sarah, Ezra Noam, Beverly, Daphne, Sarah, PB, Jonah, Bella. Hi, Joe.
Hi,
Joe.
Thank you.
And Barbara.
Dawn.